And the Pacific Islanders have it on their own 22. Rauluni, Villiers, and that's good defence by Westhuyzen on his opposite number.
Hands off, Green.
Little chip over the top inside the 22, and what a start, playing with plenty of confidence early on, but then the kick, that time from Sivivatu, went straight into Percy Montgomery. Just about in front of Ben Darwin, the former Wallaby front row. Joins us. Have a look at it here before we get a match report or pitch report from Ben Darwin. Just couldn't get it over Montgomery. And Ben, what there, the Pacific Islanders, but managed to stay in the field of play. And the first penalty will go to the Pacific Islanders, 10-metre mark, their territory. Time picked up at the back there by Cronjé and the number 8 for the Springboks. Conradie, front of Westhuyzen. Barry, and that's sloppy over there. Cleaned up over on the far side by Villiers. Throws it back in. It has been intercepted by the Pacific Islands. But the flag was up over on the far side. Touch judge Brett Bowden saw a foot on the line.
This is the end of the action. There's the Villiers. Mapasua intercepted. Previous line-out throw.
So plays for the Chiefs in the Super 12. Eventually grabbed there by Venter. Slippery conditions there. Jaco Westhuyzen had to check himself and then realign the kick. Taking his time, eventually got it there to Lauaki, who tapped it down. But they can't control it, and so it's there for South Africa. Good drive up towards the halfway mark by Venter. Now it's there for Conradie. Under Westhuyzen goes to the air. And cleaned up at the back here. So the Pacific Islanders have it about 5 from halfway.
The Boks are looking absolutely massive and probably a little bit fitter as well than the Pacific Islanders team.
Yeah, you talk about fitness of the Boks. They haven't played for 3 weeks, Marto, so I guess there'll be some concern.
At least in Sydney, apparently they've been working vacation and also lifting.
That time sloppy, but they come away with it. Villiers up to the 22, so good field position here for the Pacific Islands. Here's Lauaki.
And the South Africans coming off their line of defence magnificently.
There was Joubert and also Britz in there. But it's still with the Pacific Islanders. 35 metres out. Conradie coming around there, and really, that wasn't Conradie. But the defensive player came around and put pressure on Rauluni.
Two of the biggest packs in world rugby, maybe the biggest 2 sets ever to face each other.
There's been the combined pack weights over 900 kgs. That's excessive.
Yeah, I think 400 kilos, that's actually Oz Durant.
I don't think Oz is the biggest man out there. You've got number 1 for the Pacific Islands, so only Tonga Weha. He's only 22 years of age, but he weighs in at 135 kgs. To the air they go, and Sivivatu just watching it go into touch there on the halfway. Tui, again an overthrow. But they come away with it. South Africa not able to make the most of that, and now a knock on by the Pacific Islanders.
Stand up, stand up. Let's take the weight, please. Take the weight, Whites.
7.5 minutes gone.
Rauluni put it in. Number 8, Koya Bombele got it back to Rauluni. Needs support. Able to get back to his feet. And the ball is there for the Pacific Islands. Lauaki. Just at the back there. Joubert, I think, looking to the touchdown, saying, what was that? Koya Bombele, the big number 8.
That may be off the ball. Supposed to, if you're clearing out, and that's not really clearing out, you're supposed to be within a metre of the ball. But AJ Venter, he gives plenty. This time he copped a little bit himself.
In the late teens.
Stand up. Get the grip up, get the bind up.
The ball was out, and Linde couldn't do much with that. In fact, he just managed to get their hands on it before Berger was there to snaffle it. Now he's been pinged for holding on. Official there who passed away suddenly a couple of nights ago. Our thoughts are with, and obviously the Springboks' thoughts are with the family and friends. Good drive here by South Africa. Pick and drive. Venter. Conradie has to go in searching for it. And John Smit will go into scrum half, and the pass goes out to Westhuyzen, and now Paulse away from one. A couple. Crossfield goes, Breyton Paulse. There's the kick, and it goes into the arms there of Sivivatu, but he put a foot into touch. So we'll come back to the 22.
There was a late hit there. AJ Venter. He almost thinks Sivivatu, a familiar sight to rugby fans. Sivivatu almost into touch as he caught this. It should have been out in the full and returned to sender. Paulse felt the pressure of defenders coming out of line. Very familiar sight, running down the right touchline, kicking with his left foot. Caught it.
Now, punching it up is to Barry, but that drifted forward, and it was right in front of Scott Young. Free kick to the Pacific Islands. Koyamaimbele, this big number 8 from Fiji. Steals 10 metres. Now it's back to Tongawiha. Still inside Pacific Islands territory. Villiers finding some open spaces, but the bounce is good for Westhuyzen. He returns and gets a good credit as well, up towards the 22.
Been poor so far, and it leads to that problem. He's been scraped along the head there, Tanavili, as we wait for Percy Montgomery to have the first shot at goal of the night.
Well, earlier on, there was no way you'd be kicking into a breeze coming off the water here. 48 metres out from right in front. Not a bad strike. Has he got the distance? Yes, he has. That's a fine start for Percy and the goal-kicking department tonight. So it is first point on the board for the Springboks, and it's South Africa 3, the Pacific Islands 0.
No flow to their match.
Good take from the restart. Conradie goes in looking for it. Under Westhuyzen.
That's
a nudge. Not out. And Koyamaimbele inside the 22, having some trouble with the footing. Didn't really have an opportunity to wind up there, did he, the big man? And again, it's messy. And towed through now by the Springboks. Sivivatu, plenty of work to do back there. He's been monstered by Bakkies, Botha and John Smit in there as well. Pedrie Britz as well. They wanted a quick throw in, but they've been called back. Free kick. He's lost his patience, and now Cronjé goes away with it after the quick tap. Conradie. Westhuyzen, Marius, Joubert and Breyton Paulse tried to get the grubber kick in, but he was monstered by Mapasua. The whistle of
Percy Montgomery.
A lot of energy out of the opposition as well, and enables them to play the kind of plays they want to play later on in the Tri Nation. So in a lot of ways,
trapped again at the back by Cronjé.
Runs over.
Picked up now by the big number 8. Saw the white line and charges over. Well, that was sloppy defence by the Pacific Islanders.
Conradie doing a lot of pointing. In the end, Cronjé's run the long way around the scrum, but it's been the right move. Sivivatu had nothing. Ben just too convincing.
yeah, they were, and unfortunately for the Islanders, there's so much watching for this pushover that's coming at them, that defensively they're at 6 and 7s. Interesting to see they did go the long way around. The Islanders certainly didn't see that coming, and it was just a one-on-one situation.
Another look at it here, simple stuff. They just didn't come off the line, and he was able to against Ireland this year.
He is a prospect, as is this man. Berger under the kickoff.
Norman Lingieri returns the compliment, gives it plenty of air. The Fijian fullback. Underneath it is Sivivatu, he couldn't control it. Montgomery. Almost back on the 22 in South African territory. couldn't hold on for the Springboks. So Pacific Islanders have it. Had very limited time inside attacking positions. And now Mapasua gets him on the front foot, gets the pass away. Norman Lingeri taken over there by the Villiers, and Montgomery helping out as well. Lauaki, the captain. That ball went to ground. No knock on though. Villiers. Sarah by, and they've turned it over, and now Bakkies Botha got it away to Fenta. Looked a little forward, but they got away with it, the Springboks, and they continue to drive it forward, but now they knock it on.
Oh, it was a very optimistic pass on there by Fenta.
10-0. Springboks over the Pacific Islands, and now towed through by Conradie as he got the pace to win the race to the ball. It's been grounded in goal. Carried over is the call.
Pressure keeps causing those turnovers, and you can see here, I think they'll maybe look for a pushover.
Tapped at the back again by Cronjé, but then he had to pick it up and run, and there was nobody in front of him. Well, did he drop it? We're going to go to the television match official, the video referee. I don't think he could believe that no one was in front of him as he looked up.
Well, Conradie there had gone to the blind side, so all of the Islander defenders had switched over there. He looked up at number 8 and looked straight, and there's no defenders. Ran straight for the try line.
Out here, I don't think Cronjé knew that Bolla Conradie wasn't behind him. Picked the ball up. This will tell us here. Yeah, there's no try there. Knocked forward. Good tackle by Dovi Varata.
Ball's out.
Well, that time they made a mess of it. Koya Mindbelay had it stolen, but they were playing advantage because of that initial knock on by South Africa.
The ball was out. The ball came out.
I think that ball was accidentally kicked through there by the Springboks, and really frustrating in this kind of position. I think I'm the only one in the stadium enjoying all these scrums.
Yeah, they're playing advantage for South Africa. Leader out now. The Springboks. Schalk goes in to scrum half.
No advantage, hold it. Offside, not 10. The mark's back here.
Thank you.
And that's another nice looking kick. The flags are up again, 4 from 4.
Absolutely. I think it comes down a lot into the Springbok pack. They're just holding onto the ball. They're strangling, as Marto said, the Pacific Island team. If you haven't got the ball and if you haven't got the opposition under any pressure, then they're not going to kick it back to you and give you an opportunity to counter-attack.
Go to the back. Tap down. Rauluni. Villiers spotted a gap and went through it. Here's an opportunity now. Rabeni back on the inside. Mapasua needs support and finds it.
Billy again.
Yeah, Tana Villiers did well. He started it and almost finished it. Now Mapasua, they're playing advantage here for the Pacific Islands. This is more like it. Can they go on with the job here?
Quick tap is what they need. Here goes Moses Rauluni.
He takes them on himself. Rauluni stays on his feet. The support arrives. Lauaki goes to scrum half. Mbai got it out now. Sivivatu pulled down a couple of metres out. For the first time, all of a sudden, the Springboks are under pressure. And they concede the penalty, the Pacific Island.
And the inside backs, and maybe a bit of a lack of communication there, but just lovely ball running and quite a few nice offloads as well.
Is up. A couple of clean breaks by the Pacific Islanders. They haven't been able to go on with it. Now the South Africans just charge it upfield.
Hoping that helps.
5 minutes remaining in the first half. Good to take that time from Rwanga. And Moses Rauluni throws it back to Lauaki. Up over halfway he goes. And did well to steal another couple of metres after he got to his feet. Advantage being played here for the Pacific Islanders. Rauluni. Billy dummying. Got away from one. Can't get away from the opposite number from Westhuyzen. Penalty.
No advantage. Back over here.
Turnover.
Conradie. Joubert. Fenta. Conradie back on the inside. Kicking ahead now for Breyton. Paulse. If he gets a good bounce, he's away. Try time, South Africa.
Oh, that is stunning.
That's the sort of stuff you expect from the Pacific Islanders.
Conradie goes to the first man, draws him quite simply there. Westhuyzen, Venter puts it inside, then the chip from Conradie. For Paulse, bounce is perfect, but also you've got to have the pace, and he does. Try. Springboks have had 2 weeks to analyse them and their performances against the Wallabies and then the All Blacks. They've done their homework because they've squeezed the living life out of the Islanders at set pieces, and they're so tired around the field that they're struggling to make the tackles and also get to the breakdowns. This time they're on the front foot. Fenter.
Now Conradie with the kick. They want to play it down in Pacific Island territory. And Koya Mindbelay saw Paulse coming through, took his eyes off the ball. And now Venter kicking forward.
That's loose.
Half-time siren sounds, and the referee, Scott Young, says that'll do for the first half.
So it won't affect the referees too much.
They'll be right. Van der Wester. Now Conradie again, double round. Conradie doing it to Montgomery. Over the top it goes to Breyton Paulse. That's the 22, Pacific Island territory. Westhuyzen, flat pass to Schalk up to the 22. Conradie. Westhuyzen dummying, taking them on. Up there by Filippo Levy. Not finding touch, although a foot on the line by Jacques Cronjé.
But they do win the line out, but it's sloppy.
Now Lauaki had Britz all over him, and they've turned it over.
Wasn't coming out of there.
Oh, lock it up.
Conradie with the put in, picked up at the back by Cronjé. Joubert, the chaser. Sivivatu did well. Got it back on the inside, but the flag is up over there.
Oh, that's incredible. Only just Mapasua supporting Sivivatu.
5 metres out, this is where they're so dangerous. The Springboks, they led 23-0 at half-time. And now Van der Westhuyzen gives it to Paulse, and he just crashes through the gap. Well, more of a sprint through the gap. And there's another try, so he's got a double. 28 points to 0, and that's 20 tries now in Test rugby.
That's because there's a attacking move that's come off. This is prior to this, where Tibet Barry slid through, put the kick, but Sivivatu hit back beautifully to slip these couple of tackles. Only just must have put a foot into touch. Yeah, there it is there before giving to Mapasua. But on this occasion, have a look at this. It comes to Van der Westhuizen. There's the dummy runner there, Marius Joubert, but coming in behind him, no obstruction.
Kicks at goal now for Montgomery.
Well, you can see when someone's moving so fast, it's so hard for the Pacific Islanders.
There, Marius Joubert ran the dummy runner to hold defenders, and then Paulse slid across field.
Well, the Pacific Islanders won't find touch this time. Basics letting them down.
Oh, that's nice from Percy.
Yeah, Ryan and Montgomery got away with that one. Now they throw it into touch.
That position.
Lauaki, Rabeni, and now Filippo Levy back on the inside. Mapasua, no, Lauaki.
Schalk there.
Advantage. Oh, you've got to be on your feet again.
7 from 7 tonight. Percy Montgomery. Tonight going through ESPN Star in Asia, Sky Sport New Zealand, Mnet Supersport South Africa, around Australia on Fox Sports, and now the Pacific Islanders. They are desperate for points here. Can they come up with something just to spark a little bit of magic? Driving forward, a rare opportunity inside South African territory, inside the Springboks 22. It's coming out for the Pacific Islanders. Dunavili can't step his way through. It went straight to ground. It's okay. Play on. And now it's been stolen. And Jacques Cronjé comes away with it for South Africa. They've just got too many big guns out there tonight, the Springboks.
Oh, Moses Rauluni was the one who captured that on the ground. box ball. AJ Fenter.
From about 25 metres out from the Springboks line. Conradie back to Westhuyzen.
You want to cotton wool a few of the players for next weekend.
Good two-handed take from Rawangara on that occasion for the Pacific Islands. Rauluni. Now Villiers. Inside it goes. Tamarua. Running onto Dobivarata. Just a few gaps starting to appear now for the Pacific Islanders. Lauaki, he's been well tackled tonight. Sivivatu. Oh, just put the foot on the gas. And Sivivatu goes through to score a try. 2 against the All Blacks last week. And he's got 1 tonight, the first for the Pacific Islanders. And their fans have finally got something to cheer about at Gosford. 33 points to 5.
There was nothing on until Mapasua, I think it was, held a defender at bay with one arm and slipped a small. Just standing far too deep, but they still made meters. They got over the advantage line there through Dobivarata. Ball then went left from Rabeni. He threw it wide. Mapasua took on the defence. Have a look at him hold Jacques on here at bay. Sivivatu too fast. Outdid the initial defence, and there was no one else who could catch him.
Well, we talked about it earlier on. If they were going to score twice tonight, they were going to have to keep that ball off the ground. And some fantastic little inside and outside balls there. And the Springboks had nothing in the defence.
The Springboks over the Pacific Islands.
I think Wannenburg's just come on for AJ Vett.
Wide pass, Norman Lingeri. Mapasua. Taken by Osdred. No, else fell off him. That's the 22-metre mark now. Rauluni short side, Latui.
He's on his feet.
And a simple turnover there.
Hands off.
But now it's come back to the Pacific Islands and Janavili kicking ahead. Jaco Westhuyzen getting back and watches it over the try line, so he'll place it down. We'll come back to the 22 for the restart.
Oh, and he's going long because there's nobody at home, but Sivivatu turns and chases. Looks like it's going to not go into touch. Sivivatu, plenty of room to attack.
Mapasua. Villiers. Replacement front rower, Felici. And now the advantage is with the Springboks. So the Pacific Islanders trying the counter-attack, but not coming off. And now Burger over the 22. Conradie. Switch. All about a dart down the blind side. Realised that he was going to be on his own down there. Pick and drive now coming up from Wannenburg. Back to Conradie, doubling up. Support play. And all of a sudden the Springboks lose it.
Oh, they're really loosening up here, the box. The Islanders dragging them down a notch.
Well, they've got numbers on the far side. And they've got some pace as well through this man. He got away from one, and they will not rein in. Sivivatu. Double against the All Blacks, a double against the Springboks. Gee, he's got some toe.
That is incredible. Marius Joubert, I felt he might get there. No chance in the end. But it came. They have loosened up the Springboks. They were the ones that, what's that, 6 metres out. And then, of course, where else would you want to go but your left wing where you've got Sivivatu. Some good work there. Came off a few players, but get it wide. Janavili knew where it had to go. Mapasua knew where it had to go. Marius Joubert was the only one going to feature. Schalk had no chance. What about Harry Britz here at number 5? The look forward for the box. He managed to stop Sivivatu running around the post.
Well, this is exactly the kind of try the Pacific Islanders are very good at. Nice little turnover there. Unfortunately, the Boks weren't getting the numbers to the breakdown. Another turnover again. Back and forth it goes, and then the ball goes wide here. And Mapasua ended up giving it to Sivivatu. And he has been everywhere over the last 5 minutes. Defending, tackles, making amazing tries, and comes down the sideline, chased by 3 of the Bok players, and outruns every way. Amazing effort.
2 against the All Blacks, now 2 against the Boks. What an effort.
Well, they've given the ball now to Rabeni to try and
raised the flags for the first time in this match. Really, the direction's been okay with him. He just hasn't been getting any distance with his goal kicking.
Well, Rabeni kicks it with half the power that it looks like are in his legs. He should make the distance. What a try by Sivivatu.
Oh, well, that's away as well. So it's 33 points to 10. South Africa over the Pacific Islanders.
At half-time, it was 23-0.
A mixture of Pacific Island fans and
Springbok fans in the crowd tonight.
Looks like it may be happy hour here for the Springboks. Preez has gone on in jersey 20 at halfback. Jake White, their coach, I just looked across at him, making a lot of messages down to his runners. I'm sure they want to tighten the game and squeeze the life out of him. Lauaki.
I reckon it's also important now that the Pacific Islanders do compete right to the 80th minute, because it's always going to be a bit of a shame if the scoreline was going to blow out in their third match after making such a big impression against Australia and New Zealand.
Rabeni.
And Bobo.
Oh, bundled out big time. Bobo, but they are having a crack. He went back to Rabeni and thought he was going to put it in touch. No, he decided to run because he had this man with plenty of pace. Kick wasn't the right one. Have a look at that for action.
Geez, they're playing with some confidence every opportunity. Would have been lovely to see this earlier in the game, but the box pressure and defence was so much they didn't get the opportunities.
Yeah, they've slowed up, not putting the same pressure under them.
And the Springboks now getting a good drive forward. Dupree, Montgomery up from fullback with the kick, and the chase is a good one. It's a beauty. Whoa. What about that? What a try.
Sorry, try.
Villiers chasing the Montgomery kick, and that's a great reply by the Springboks.
Nothing on, plenty of defence in front of Percy Montgomery. He summed the situation up perfectly. I didn't know this man had that sort of pace. Villiers, a good combination, you've got to say. Came to Dupree. Percy's looked up, realised they're outnumbered. Puts the chip up to Villiers. No pushing and shoving, just a man with focus only for the ball. Great skill, great pace.
Well, what a superbly weighted kick here, and De Villiers running it onto it absolutely beautifully. The Islanders looking a little bit at each other. Who's going to get the ball? And the De Villiers comes straight between the two of them, grabs the ball. Nice place down, and good for the Boks too to get a try towards the end of this game. They've got an enormous amount of confidence at the moment.
Montgomery is going to finally miss one from right out wide.
Well, John De Villiers. Springbok fans on their feet there, and wasn't he delighted with that try?
And it's 38 points to 10. Still plenty of time left in this match. So, crowd getting their money's worth, especially in the second half.
I cannot believe the work rate of Stockberger. Number 6 for the Boks.
Oh, that's a good touch finder as well. Forwards love that, Ben, when you can look up and see the flag go up inside the opposition territory.
Well, the forwards are always happy when they walk forward to a line out. They're always dark when they have to walk back to one. So, yeah, it's a nice feeling.
Well, 13 minutes to go. The Springboks have been wanting to regain control of the game. But Villiers out wide. This is Sivivatu in the centre this time.
Picked up by Felici. Very mobile for a front rower. Levy. Looney goes to ground with it.
Hands away. Stay on here.
Levy.
Let it go.
Up towards the halfway. Plenty of numbers. Apasua with the Springbok outside defence moved up in the line.
They don't have a standard or a regular pattern to play, the Islanders, but at least now they are probing.
Rabeni back on the inside. Levy, big man, did well. Short side they go, playing advantage here for the Pacific Islanders.
Offside. Sorry, number 6.
Quick tap taken. Rabeni pops it up. Trying to keep it alive. Villiers.
He's trouble.
They need to get it out quickly to the speedster out wide, but the Springbok cover defence is coming across now to shut down Sivivatu.
Play on.
Dovi Varata, the Fijian number 7.
Springboks are very well spread in defence. They need to probe. Randt has that at the bottom of the ruck.
There's 2 in there.
And the Pacific Islanders will get the put in. So it's livened up now, this match. 22 coming on for the Pacific Islanders, and that's Brian Lima, the man they call the chiropractor.
Who's off though? Mapasua or Rabeni? No, it is Norman Gerrie. Trouble all over the place. I guess that means Rabeni will go to fullback. Brian Lima to inside centre.
Valeni with the put into the scrum.
Let's get the grip up, please.
Temperature continue to dropping down here and now. We've got some rain. Not quite as bad though as conditions tonight in Wellington.
Mark it there. That's it there.
Not as bad as it was here just an hour before kickoff.
Engage.
Free kick. Pacific Islands, they take it quickly. And Lauaki is only 5 metres out from the line. Advantage being played here. Are they over the line? No, held up.
Just have a look.
Well, a bit of push and shove going on here as well.
Bakkies Botha, the tall Springbok, not one to take a backward step. Moses Rowley.
Yeah, but in between that play, it may have been dropped on there. Have a look with Matty.
Matt, just have a look that he didn't knock that down onto his knee, then onto the ground for us, will you?
You'll need the head-on shot. This will show it. No way in the world. That's a try to Lauaki. It's come from 14, 15 metres out. TMO will only need one look at that. No, that wasn't the angle.
I think the touch judge might be saying that he might have dropped the ball on the way to the line, but it looks like he's got it certainly down there quite nicely.
Yeah, he's got no doubt. You can often tell by the look on the try scorer's face. So the two chiefs,
The television match official giving the okay.
second half is 15 all at this stage.
Will it come round? Yes, it will. At long last. They've raised the flags. Rabeni pretty happy with that. So it's 38 points to 17. A little more respectability in the scoreline. Quite interesting to think that the two try scorers in the wear the silver fur by the end of this year.
Both Chiefs from this year's Super 12.
On the restart, still there for the Islanders. 25 metres out from their own line. Villiers, Mapasua, Rabeni. Back on the inside to Rwanga.
The sting has definitely gone out of this South African defence.
First hit out for the Springboks in 3 weeks since the win over Wales, so maybe they are running out of a bit of gas. This has been a good workout for the clash next week against New Zealand. For a moment there, it looked like big Sawani Tongawiha was going to pick that one up, but just couldn't control it in the end. Tui, the 26-year-old, played 8 tests for Tonga and the captain of Tonga in 2004. Now Cronjé. Paulse, Montgomery, looking very sharp indeed, up to the 22. Joubert gave it away to a replacement, Linde. Turnover, and now the Pacific Islanders have it. They've come up with 5 clean line breaks to the Springboks, 1 in the second half. Good tackle by Cronjé. There's no way through there for Rabeni. Now Dovi Verata. It was a high tackle. No malice intended there from Marius Joubert.
Yeah,
take
very
it quickly
reckless.
again.
It's a 10 here.
Tap down. The bounce is good for Linde and Villiers. And now, oh, that's good work. Mapasua running onto it. Tamarua, Rabeni, and Bobo. Feed of Bobo for the corner. Did he get it down in the end?
He forgot to place the ball.
He did everything right. But in the end, did he get it down? 28-year-old flyer, former Fiji Sevens captain.
He was so worried about the corner post. Did he get...
I think it might be.
Give it to him.
Okay.
Simultaneous as his elbow hit the line. You couldn't tell that from behind. Corner post, cleared easily. Does he get any part of the ball down? But yes, look at that.
Yeah.
Try. And Bobo.
We're talking centimetres.
This year with the Hurricanes in the Super 12, some super finishing there. And again tonight, yes, I think the ball hit some green stuff before his elbow hit the white stuff. Running down the right wing, so his left arm was free to use for bend or whatever. Oh, that's a tragedy, but haven't they got their heads up, the Islanders?
Now Villiers.
Oh!
Lauaki up over halfway.
That's a super ball by Villiers, finally taking the defence on. He's been standoffish all night. Why wouldn't you give it to Lauaki? The man on screen now. Problem. Giving him plenty of curry.
Good strike again. What's the distance like?
Distance fine. Radar no good. Here we go again.
The Pacific Islanders. But now the turnover and they get it back. And Villiers. And Bobo. No space for him this time.
Space is the word, Greg Clark. The boxer giving them some room to move. Filippo Levy over the advantage line. Roluni.
Lauaki.
Play on, there's nothing for him. Play on.
And the turnover. The Springboks have been rattled somewhat. Now what do? Did they take the three again? Or a shot at...
Well, even the South Africans behind me were unhappy about Percy taking that shot for goal.
I don't know what that is, a quest for personal glory. I don't think so.
Maybe a breather, just to settle who's on there. Samoan test scrum half, brother of Rodney So'alo. And the box, 7 or 8 metres out from the line now. Looking to have the final say, David Barry, and now Montgomery kicking ahead, but straight into the arms of Cirelli and Bombo. Will the Pacific Islanders counter-attack from deep inside their 22? Villiers can't get the hands free. Monster there in the tackle from David Barry.
Hands off! Hands off! Hands off!
So'alo, only 1 metre out. Lauaki, no hands.
Hello. Would have loved to have seen that played on. Here they go now.
Down to Villiers. Dummying, finding the gap. Down to Villiers, but then losing it.
This half he's slipping these super balls. That one was just knocked down. Well, Marius Joubert going on with it afterwards and being invited to see if he wanted to take it further.
It's been pretty effective, the Pacific Islanders. And I just think the Springboks have just gone off the ball a little bit. I'm sure they'll be pretty unhappy. The last try that we got.
Sad, Jacques, that's scrum.
Finish with the last scoring movement, and they won't do it like that. Oh, Cirelli and Bombo! Percy Montgomery coming across. Will he get anywhere near him? No, he won't. Cirelli and Bombo will have the final say for the Pacific Islands. It's come way too late. But that does put even more respectability in the scoreline.
the former Fiji Sevens captain, the man from the Hurricanes in the Super 12, and it's 38 points to 22. And the fans love that. Gee, talk about speed.
Come from nil to cop. Bad timing there with Jaco Westhuyzen, and the one out the back door from Villiers, and then Mbombo explodes. Percy Montgomery, no slouch and no chance when Mbombo got into stride, which was quickly and over 90 metres. What a try.
A little bit of pressure here and on the back of the scrum, and Mbombo absolutely flew down the sideline there.
Again, a mistake from the Springboks.
And Fiji is all over. They'll gather now for a little bit of worship. And at halftime, they were down and out. 23 points to 0 they were down. The Springboks then got out to 38 points to 10. But 4 second-half tries to the Pacific Islands, certainly putting a bit of respectability back into the scoreline. They lost by 15 points to the Wallabies, 15 points to the All Blacks. And tonight in Gosford, 38-24, so that's a 14-point deficit. So they go back to the islands, back to their clubs in Japan, New Zealand, and also the UK with their heads held high. And the Springboks, a good workout for them, because next week they take on the All Blacks in Christchurch.
First half was very convincing, of course, by the Springboks. Foot came off the accelerator. That's probably a worry for their coaching staff. And there is the score, 38-24.